Hi beautiful souls, it's Trishna and welcome to another channeled message here at the Spiritual Activation Academy. Today I'm going to be doing a channel message around a question that I recently got asked, which is why am I not meeting the right partners? Why can't I find love? Why do I keep meeting the wrong partners? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So one of the things that wants to come through is certainty. Certainty about what you want, and groundedness. Now, there are many reasons why we might not be attracting love or the kind of love that we're looking for. Sometimes it's about timing and whether we are truly prepared to not only receive the partner that we want, but be able to keep them. Because we don't want to just attract something and then not actually be ready to put in the work or have the skill set or the mindsets that will allow us to be successful with our life partner, right? If we met our life partner too soon and we weren't ready, and we had maybe certain things that we need to work on, where maybe, for example, we self-sabotage ourselves, well, even if our life partner came into the picture, we would self-sabotage. And so we have to clear out certain things to be ready to be able to not only receive the partner, but also be able to keep that partner. So there are many reasons why we might not be attracting love, but the one that wants to come through right now for you is it's really about knowing what you want. A lot of times when we're not attracting love or the right partners, we keep attracting maybe other partners, but they're just not right somehow. It's because we're not really clear on what we actually want. And sometimes we may hear that and say, no, I know exactly what I want though. But from the universe's perspective, you may be sending the universe some mixed signals. You may be saying, I would like to have a long-term partnership. But anytime somebody that offers friends with benefits comes around, you jump on that bandwagon and say, oh, I'll do that. Maybe it'll turn into something else. And so to the universe, it's kind of like, okay, you're saying you want a long-term partnership. And when we send you someone with friends with benefits only, you don't shut them away. You don't kind of shut that down and say, no, I want long-term. I'm willing to wait for long-term. And so from the universe's perspective, your energy is split. You're asking for this, but you're doing this, and you're doing this because you're not willing to wait for this. And so the universe will keep sending you more of the same because your energy is split in a lot of different directions. And you say you want one thing, but what you're doing does not align with what you're saying. So it's important to know what exactly you are asking for, what exactly you want. Now, we talked about that in terms of action, but it also matters in terms of your mind. A lot of times, we are kind of told what we're supposed to want when we're younger. Oh, you want someone that looks like this, or you want someone like this, and you probably want this many kids. And over time, you embody these kinds of ideas, and you start thinking that they're your own. But really, they're more ego desires because they weren't really originally yours. They're what somebody said that you would probably want. And so sifting through that difference between what you think you want and what you actually want can take a little bit of time and a little bit of exploration. So think about the kinds of people who have come into your life that you feel are not really the right match, they're the wrong match. And think about what about them from a more egoic perspective makes them interesting to you. Because that will clue you in to certain qualities that maybe you think you want, but don't really want. And so you're sending mixed signals about what you really want, but your ego is focused on picking out people that have certain qualities. And this will kind of clue you into that. So once you figure this out, it starts to create this journey for you. And this journey does not have to be long. Not all journeys have to be epic journeys, but it might take about a month or so for you to really kind of assess, what do I really want on the soul level? Another way to be able to figure this out is to think about maybe partners that you've been with, and what if things had continued and you guys had been together or were going to be together in the long term? Does that idea actually excite you? Because it might not. Or you might think yes in theory, but the reality, maybe not. And so you are getting attached to the idea of a person or type of person or type of relationship, but it's not really what you want. As an example, maybe you're somebody that really likes to travel, and that's something that you've always done several times a year. And someone comes into your life that is attractive or has certain qualities that you think that you like, but you never traveled together. And that was a vision that you've always had and something that you always did when you were by yourself or single. And so now, if you were to think, if you're in this relationship, oh, I'd love for this to continue, would you really? Or is a part of yourself kind of lost? Chances are that if you're not really bringing in the right partners, it's because there's something that your soul wants that is not in that relationship. And the chances of it being in that relationship are slim. And so your soul is sending out one signal, but your mind is sending out another. And your soul does kind of know best. So your soul may allow certain partners to come into your life if they feel like, on a mental perspective, they resonate and that there is a lesson there for you. But they won't keep them there in the long term unless it's truly a match for you. So, essentially what Spirit is saying is really figure out what you want. Separate what you think you want or what you've been told you want from what would actually bring you happiness. And focus on your feelings. A lot of times when we think about manifesting a partner, we think about how we need to feel the feelings in order to attract the person. And yes, that's important, but feelings are not just there to bring things in. They're also there to kind of let us know what we really think about something. Now, our feelings are not always going to be accurate. If you're told to give a presentation and you're nervous about it, your feelings are like, I don't want to do that, but it could actually be something that's good for you. So feelings are not necessarily something that you should live and die by, but they are something that you should pay attention to. Because you might be nervous about the presentation, and then you can reframe that and think, oh, look at the visibility that this will bring into my life, look at the skills this will bring, look at the kinds of network connections I could get, look at the kinds of promotions I might be setting myself up for. So you can reframe it and alter your feelings to be in a positive way. But the key here for you now is to feel into how do you actually feel when you think about the idea of relationships that you currently hold. Because if there's a little bit of mixture of energy of like, yeah, that'd be great, but also like it'd be limiting in these ways, well, your soul knows. Your soul knows the ways it's going to be limiting. So either you need to reframe those limiting factors, but what I feel energetically for this conversation is more important is that you don't reframe it, but that you acknowledge it and that you add it to your list of wants. If you're somebody who wants to be in a relationship and also wants to travel, you think this partner's great, it's amazing, but I won't be able to travel, but it's amazing, it's good, lots of other good things here. Well, it doesn't have to be this or nothing. It can be this and travel. Then you focus on, I really like this, and I'd also love it if we could travel. I'd love this relationship plus us traveling. And when you do that, it feels more whole and makes your desire feel more tangible just in its feeling. A lot of times when we desire something, like a car or a house or whatever it is, it feels very intangible because there are aspects about it that maybe we don't fully want, or aspects about it that we do want that we're not including in our vision. And when we include those other specifications, and we don't say it's either this or this, and we say it's this and this, and we include that, that's when it feels real, it feels like a heavier, it feels weightier. And that's when it's more likely to manifest, because it's not this airy thing, it feels heavier. It feels more tangible. And of course, in this world, it's tangible. And of course, the whole point is to make it tangible. So the feelings indicate what you really think about something right now, what you need to add in, and maybe what you need to take out. So, separate what you think you want from what you really want. Be aligned in your actions. If you say you want one thing, don't say yes to things that are opposing that. And honor your feelings and see what you can add to make your intentions feel more tangible. Ergo, make them more tangible and therefore more likely to manifest. So I hope that this gave you a little bit of guidance on why you might not be attracting the right partners right now. Again, this is something that doesn't have to take forever. This is something where your soul really knows, and you don't have to figure out everything that your soul knows. You just have to start moving in that direction, and as you start moving in that direction mentally, your soul will take over and do the rest. You'll start to be more open to other kinds of partnerships, and you'll start meeting the right people because you're now more open to them. You're more aware of your actions and what you're saying yes and no to, and you're honoring your feelings and not limiting what you ask for. It's not this or that, it's this and that. You're adding to what you ask for. And when you do that, then the desire feels like whole and good. That's when the feelings shift. And when the feelings actually shift inside of you, you don't have to force yourself to feel something in order to manifest it. It's natural. You already feel it because you've already created the right desire that feels good, naturally. So thank you so much. I hope that this served you. If you haven't already given me a like, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions you would like me to provide guidance on, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video.